Now, your neighborhood hero, sponsored by B2EDI.
This month's neighborhood hero, Pat Pope, knows a thing or two about serving others. In fact, she is involved in a community of people who also have servant hearts. Pat Pope just happens to be a friend to them all. Let's take a look at this month's neighborhood hero.
She was here the first Saturday that we opened and stood in that doorway right over there where everyone came in just in tears because she was so moved by, seeing this facility open in our community.
Through the House of Harvest, a local food pantry located in Harvest, Alabama, this month's neighborhood hero, Pat Pope, learned that we truly never know what our neighbors and loved ones are going through.
I was here on the first day, and I went, of course, to the wrong place first. And I was here, and I saw neighbors and people I worked with who needed to be fed, who needed food. And I felt so guilty. I thought, why didn't I know that? They were my neighbors. Why didn't I know they needed something?
But Pope's servant heart was beating even before the House of Harvest opened its doors. Pope has been building relationships through service for years.
Actually, my son went to church with Pat Pope, and I'm a breast cancer survivor, and we went to, we was having dinner at my house, and my son said, Mom, they played flag football, and he said, we ought to do a flag football tournament for a cause. And he said, what about breast cancer? And I said, well, whatever. And then Mike went to church the next day and saw Pat Pope, and she said, hey, I know Walter Jones. We can get him involved and we can do a turkey bowl. So that's how the turkey bowl actually started.
12 years ago in my little church, Lisa's son turned to me and he said, Pat, I've got a great idea for a fundraiser if we can get Big Walter on board. And it took off, and that was 12 years ago. That was 12 years ago.
One of those years created change within the very place that helped change Pope's perspective.
One year we raised over $50,000, and I said, that's our freezer money, that's our freezer money. And so Adam ordered all these freezers, and this is our freezer money from Pat Pope and the Turkey Bowl.
Among all of these relationships, a community has been built, with Pat Pope being a common denominator among most of those relationships.
You just don't know that people are out there that are suffering. A lot of times we think homeless people or hungry people are people that are out on the street. A lot of people got homes, working a job, but just can't afford to feed their kids. So you always want to do that. You don't want a kid to go home starving or be at home starving. So that's how it all got started for us, and that's why we all kind of work together and do the things that we do, because that's what we want to do. We want to help that person that's in need.
Because of the support of this small community of servants, Pat Pope has the strength to go out and selflessly serve others.
I know that all I have ever had to do is pick up the phone and call Lisa or call Big Walt, call Adam. My problems are solved. That's not the same for the rest of these children.
So you're a neighborhood hero because other people have been neighborhood heroes to you?
Absolutely. We've got to show the love.
Congratulations, Pat. Keep making a difference here in the Valley. And you guys at home, if you know a neighborhood hero and would like to nominate them as next month's hero, head on over to our website and look for the Neighborhood Heroes tab. With this month's hero, I'm Nixon Norman, Fox 54 News.